Testing. We're good to go. NFL fans, hope you guys are good. Week 15, or as I like to call it, playoff time. Not too convincing? Okay, right. Anyway, these predictions are going to be only for the Sunday and the Monday night football game. So, the Bears against the Detroit Lions and the Chargers against the Kansas City Chiefs games are not going to be into this. However, I may give you a quick thought on what I think might happen. The Bears, I believe, if they stick to the running game, they may do exactly what they did against the Bengals, which was allow Jordan Howard to have many touches and allow them to win the game. If you are the Chargers, your defense is hot at the moment. You've got QB who's also been playing really well, literally bowling out. Kansas City Chiefs, you won against the Raiders. You're currently tied with the Chargers for the divisional place. If you win, you take the number 1 spot. If you lose, guess what? The Chargers are going to take the number 1 spot. Like, I believe in that Chargers team. Casey Hayward, Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram, Melvin Gordon, Keenan Allen. These guys are going to come big time and they're going to win the game. With the Bears, I don't feel like Detroit are going to allow them to run the ball. Matthew Stafford is going to play well. Finance receivers and the Detroit Lions are going to win the game. Going to the Sunday games, we got the Jets going against the Saints. Jets, you lost Josh McCown. You're going out against the Saints, who are getting the guy, the man, Alvin Kamara is coming back. The Jets, you lost against the Broncos. I mean, you got shot out against the Broncos. I expected you to at least play well. Even though I didn't expect you to win the game, I expected you to actually play well. But you got shot out against the Broncos. That Broncos defense turned up big time and also went on to win their first night game against the Colts. You've also lost Josh McCown for the year, who is going to be the QB throwing the touchdowns to Robbie Anderson. I don't know. Bryce Petty, you never know. The Saints defense at all, I trust them. Drew Brees at home, I also trust them. Alvin Kamara coming back, Melvin Ingram coming in. These guys are going to be fire. I feel like Alvin Kamara is going to have a game. Alvin Kamara, if you have him have him in your fantasy team, definitely start him. I know it's probably playoff for fantasy owners as well, so definitely have Alvin Kamara. He's going to be catching screens from Drew Brees. He's going to be making plays. This guy is going to bowl, and the Saints are going to win that game. The Eagles going against the Giants, divisional matchup. As much as I would like the Eagles to go there and get a straight win, guess what? They don't have Carson Wentz. But I expect Nick Foles to pick up exactly where Carson Wentz left. Remember, Nick Foles knows the system. He was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. He knows how they work. He has won with them on previous occasion. This guy can really play. But as I said, it is a divisional matchup. You're going against the Giants, who I believe are going to be motivated, especially having lost to the Dallas Cowboys, where I thought Eli coming in, replacing Geno Smith, might have a game. He didn't. And because there is so much at stake for the Eagles, I would be worried about this matchup. But I'm still going to go for the Eagles to win my game anyway. I trust them. Fly, Eagles. Fly. I don't know what that was about, but yeah. Fly. Cardinals against Washington. Cardinals, you've lost AP for the year. Going against the Washington team that also lost their last game against the Chargers. They're playing at home. They would want to bounce back from that defeat. Cardinals, you got Larry Fitzgerald. You also played really well against the Titans, stopping those two-headed monsters in the Michael Murray and Derrick Henry. Are you going to go against Washington and do the same? Hopefully, if you are capable of doing the same, you might get a win. But remember, you let go of DJ Swearinger in the offseason. This guy is coming in for your vengeance. He wants retaliation. He would want to win, and I feel like Washington are going to turn up and play really well. When their secondary plays really well, they are motivated, and Washington, for me, are going to win that game. The Bengals against the Vikings. The Vikings, you lost against the Panthers. You're going against a depleted Bengals team. I mean, you got no Joe Mixon, you got no Kevin Inter, you got no Perfect, no Pac-Man Jones on IR, you got no Drake or Patrick. Who's going to cover Adam Thielen? Oh wait, they don't actually respect Adam Thielen enough to actually cover him with a decent cornerback. But guess what? These guys are going to turn up playing really well, especially when you take into account how miserable they were against the Panthers. Vikings, for me, that defense always going to turn up. I believe Mike Zimmer is going to get them right for this week, and they're going to play really well. Vikings to win that. Dolphins against the Bills. The Dolphins are playing really well. I predicted they would beat New England. That's what they did. Kenyon Drake and Jay Cutler are playing really well at the moment. These guys are going to win. A Bills team that have also won their last game against the Colts. If it's freezing, these are my predictions. I believe if it's freezing in Buffalo, Miami are not going to win this game. Remember, Miami is very hot. You're going from Miami all the way to Buffalo. Nah, these guys are not ready for that cold. T-Mobile is coming back as well. One key matchup I would want everybody to give their attention on is LeSean McCoy going against Kiko Alonso. These guys don't actually like each other, so it'd be interesting to see how the game pans out. But Buffalo, like I said, if it's snowy, if it's cold, Miami won't have any business to do down there. So Bills are going to win that game. Packers against Panthers. Packers finally have Aaron Rodgers back. I'm guessing Brett Hundley is going to be demoted to back up. Panthers, massive win against Vikings. Your running game is flowing. You got Cam Newton also making plays. And you got Julius Peppers going against his old team. Aaron Rodgers, bad week to come in. He's going to go after Aaron Rodgers all day. Panthers, running game, going for them. Cam Newton doing his stuff. They're going to do what they need to do and win the game. Even though that bad man in Aaron Rodgers is back, I still believe the Panthers are going to do enough to win the game. Ravens against the Browns. The Ravens played really well until Boswell, last kick, won the game for the Steelers. But you have to understand that right now, the Ravens running game is flowing. They also have this kid in Alex Collins, who's playing really well. I can't actually believe that this guy was actually caught by the Seattle Seahawks. But guess what? One man's trash is another man's treasure. This guy is balling out for the Ravens. You're going against the Browns? I won't go against the Browns this week because last week I went for them to win against the Packers. They should have won the game, but for the defense to fall asleep in the second half, I'm still going to go for them to win this game because Josh Gordon, Duke Johnson, Kaiser, they're going to make plays and they're going to see off that Ravens team. I'm being serious, people. Browns are going to win this game. Texans against Jags. Even though DeAndre Hopkins bowled out against the 49ers, it wasn't enough for them to win the game. You got Tom Savage out, but you've got a backup that actually knows your system. Has been there with you for quite some time in TJ Yates. He's going to make plays in finding DeAndre Hopkins, but Hopkins will not have one of the easiest tasks to deal with. You're going against AJ Bouye and Jalen Ramsey if healthy to go. AJ knows you. AJ played with you before moving to the Jags. Now, how will the game pan out? I don't think AJ Bouye and Jalen Ramsey would actually follow. One of them would actually follow the entire game because they both actually believe in their abilities. So whichever side of the field is at, there will be one of those guys there waiting for him. These guys are really good. They are arguably top 5 cornerbacks in this league. I mean, these two as a tandem, they are actually some of the best cornerbacks in this league. When you take into account the fact that the Texans couldn't actually win against the 49ers, I don't think like you're going to go against a better defense and try to upset them. Jags, despite their QB often making mistakes, I still feel like their defense always allow them to stay in games, and the Jags are going to do the business and win the game. Rams going against Seahawks. You lost the first matchup, and you definitely cannot afford to lose this game because they are right on your heels. If you lose this game, they will go above you and win the division. So you need to turn up and play. If you're the Seahawks, you know you lost against the Jags. You're playing at home, it's an advantage. You want to use it and make sure you beat the Rams for the second time and hopefully take the division title. Being at Century Link Field with the 12, the Seahawks will do what they usually do and win that game. Titans going against the 49ers. In order for the Titans to win this game, they will need their two-headed monster to come up big. You're going against the 49ers team that did not allow Jordan Howard to rush much against them. So Derrick Henry and DeMarco Murray will need to come prepared. 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo has been on the run of 2 straight wins. It's not much, but it's a starting point. And if they can play like they did against the Bears, by holding them to a low score, they will win the game. That's if they can. Like I said, Titans have the 2-headed monsters. Bet on them to do what they need to do to win the game. Titans win. Cowboys going against Raiders. Cowboys, you played really well. You beat the Giants. You're going against the Raiders team that lost against the Chiefs. You need to win this game in order to stay in the playoff race. You're going against the Raiders team with Derek Carr wasn't being himself. They also won't have Amari Cooper, but they've got a guy by the name of Beast Mode. Even though Sean Lee will be playing for the Dallas Cowboys, I believe the Raiders offense will generate enough productivity to win the game. And playing in the black hole, they will do what they need to do. Raiders win that game. The final game, and arguably most important game of the week, between the Patriots against the Steelers. To you people, in order for the Patriots to win the game, they will need to lock down Antonio Brown. And it won't be a lockdown of cornerbacks to cornerback, it will be a system lockdown. So literally take him out of the game. Antonio Brown is arguably one of the best, if not the best player in the league at this current time. When Antonio Brown doesn't play well, the Steelers often don't play well. If the Patriots ask the Steelers to beat them with Le'Veon Bell, I don't think Le'Veon Bell is going to beat the Patriots. All you've got to do is stack the box, and Le'Veon Bell has nowhere to go. You put him in the slot, guess what? We get him covered as well. As much as I would like to favor the Patriots to win this game, there's something in my mind that tells me there is a kid that will give a boost to that Steelers team and allow them to win. And that kid is named Juju Smith-Schuster. Juju plays with so much exuberance. He's fearless. Did you guys see the hit delivered on Perfect? One of the fearsome middle linebacker in the league, and also one of the dirtiest. And he delivered the hit, and guess what he did? He stood over him and told him, yes, I just did that. And because of that, he has something that actually going to galvanize the Steelers. I know they will be without Ryan Shazier, but as long as you got Juju Smith-Schuster in your team, this kid is going to he's going to do miracles. And I believe if you allow the kid to make plays after plays, don't rely too heavily on Antonio Brown. I know AB is going to be the guy, Lev Bell is going to be the cow, is going to be the bad cow, but go for Juju Smith. Juju Smith is going to be out there playing light out because he has no fear. He doesn't fear anyone. He doesn't fear the Patriots. He's a rookie. That's what rookies do. They turn up and then they ball out because they don't have any fear. They have no preconceived ideas of any team. And that's the reason why I believe the Steelers are going to win the game, because they're going to allow Juju Smith, hopefully, to make plays after plays, and AB is going to come when needed. Steelers are going to win that game. That's my prediction of week 15, people. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoy your games, and as usual, like, comment, subscribe. Take care, people. Peace.